to December contract. So I'll be doing that here. Let's see, which one is it? Z. So is ES not bringing this? It is, yeah. So if you type in ES, you're getting the same deal. Is that true?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just mark this up from scratch so you guys can follow along, right? All right, so first thing first, we're kind of checking to see what's going on the daily session. And they're looking pretty what? Anyone? Bullish, bearish?
Bullish.
Daily profile looks bullish. Wow.
Sorry. No.
I would not call this bullish right now, but let's see if they're able to clean this up. So it'll be interesting if they hold this PD value area low, we can turn bullish. But if they lose this guy, I mean, we're looking at probably 45.15 tomorrow. That would be the next level they'd be targeting for a bounce. So we had a double distribution here on the day, right? And what does the double distribution say? For those of you that read the PowerPoint and know it all now.
Short the top. I mean, yeah, short the tops and the bottoms.
Okay, anyone else? Nobody else?
Also, too, I believe you've mentioned that if we're clearing the top of a double distribution to just get out the way and let them continue to run it up.
That's correct. And then if you fail, where are you headed?
Bottom node,
Always.
bottom high value node.
Yeah, that usually happens, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna be heading there shortly here. To this node right here, right? So this level is going to be super important. I'm pretty sure they might come back to this level here, 45.28-ish, and defend this right here. I don't know why, but they typically do that crap when you have something like this here, because I don't know if you guys see, but there's a little bit of a disconnect there on volume. So let's see what they do. So I'll watch this area here, 28 to 27. It's a point away, right? If I was going to go in, I'll go in there. But this is a double distribution day. So if you think about it, the open, they did what? They auctioned higher, and then they came back here and drove it all the way till 3, and then they pretty much, they dumped here. And they're filling that kind of skinny belly, low volume node here again. So on a daily, from value area perspective, you see us, going higher, right? You're shifting the value areas higher. We're also currently in balance on daily time frame. So if you go on the weekly here, let's just unlock this guy. So here's our weekly. Let me just make sure it looks right. Yep. Yep. So if you look at the weekly here, did anyone have this level? I pointed to it today a couple of times, 45.40. I believe when I was live, I mentioned it. Does anyone recall that, why I highlight it? Why is this level important?
Is that your August value area high? No.
In this case, it's just a weekly extreme high, right? Because if you look at it, right? So if you look at this one here, you had a couple of days in balance, and then you tried to auction higher and you failed, right? So now if you're not able to hold on to this POC here, right, of this weekly, so I'll hide the daily for a moment. So if you're not able to hold this, what happens?
Should visit the value area low of that week.
Yeah, this should be a visit value area low of the week. And the between, what do you have in between levels where you can pause?
That node right below.
So you have this one here, which is, I would say, a POC, weekly POC for now. I wouldn't put much more effort to that than this. So you have the weekly POC and PD value area low. So this is your area for a potential bounce, right? So if you think about it, this is where they can come tomorrow. There's a little low volume piece that we saw there, right? And then they can bounce it in this area as well. So they can run stops and then they bounce from here. But ultimately, when you think about this, you have the extreme high here, right, of this week where they're really, really struggling to get above once, twice, 3 times, and they're not able to, right? So if they're able to lose this POC, then the next target probably be around 13 to 15. So you have about 10 points here. And then if they crack this POC, then you're headed to what you said earlier, right? You're headed to 94 here. So losing this area right here triggers the one below right here. I'm just gonna put this as, so if we do come back here, you could expect a nice little bounce around 15. Okay, but right now they're probably defending this previous week value area high at the moment and defending the weekly extreme high from the week prior. Okay, as of right now, they're in balance, right, on the current week, but they have to defend this right here. This is your first sign of a bearish potential. I would say the momentum is picking up here because this is your previous week value area high, right? And when you think about logic, right, would you short here on the 80% rule right here? Would you short here?
No, too much support, potential support.
Yeah, you don't want to, you know, this space right here is too risky. This space right here is not a, you know, for 5 points, you can lose a lot more. So for me, you know, losing this weekly POC, that means we are at below PD value area low. That would mean we're seeking next value, right? And the next value would be, you know, this weekly value area here. And then you would have this POC at 13, and that's where I would expect a bounce. So for me, this area here below is much safer to short than it is to short from here to here, right? Just too much in that zone right now for me to consider shorting. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, where do you go bullish? This one is a pretty straightforward question. So hopefully you guys understand it the way I look at it.
Above the current POC.
I'm sorry, where do you want to go along? Above the current POC? This one?
Yesterday's POC. Yep.
Right above the cumulative value area highs.
Let's see, SVP. I'm gonna turn this guy on. Yeah, I mean, right about that PD value area high. What we need to do is not really just do this. If you're gonna go, you know, do this and go, they will give you the opportunity to get in if you're patient. If they do this, they sweep this high here, which they haven't done. Pretty sure they will. Let them come back and you have a nice zone for entry. I mean, 39 to 41 quarter, 2.25 points. You can handle that. Let them give you this setup. Let them sweep this level here. Let them establish a candle above this. I'll write it here. So it should look like something like this. So this demand took out this high, and then we're looking for a bounce. And another way you would look for a bounce if this plays out is how? If, let's say we have these candles here, how would you look for a bounce?
I mean, it could bounce off the value high.
Yeah, you would just simply take the volume profile from here, and it should correspond probably somewhere with this level that you're targeting. I would think they're going to have some more volume here tomorrow. It was
could
a really
also,
sticking point today.
it could potentially bounce on the very high where you have the black line.
Yep.
Breaking the high could just
Yep.
touch that instead of dipping
This is
below.
a strong high. Usually they, you know, they like to do that, right? But I would think if they want to, their goal is to screw people. If they want to screw people, they would dip through that and then you bounce right here. This guy gets stopped on something and then you get this bounce off a value area high right here somewhere. This would be a zone that I'm looking for along tomorrow on the retest. Obviously, if we, you know, failed, then we're looking for short, but that's the idea. Okay. on monthly, I don't think much changed, but we'll plot them just so we have the new, the levels of the new contract. And you guys don't have to switch. I'm just letting you guys know that I'm switching.
The
And-
volume was about the same today on both of them, so it'll probably be heavier on December tomorrow.
Oh, it's gonna pick up tomorrow. I promise. Tomorrow is pickup day. You have CPI Wednesday. You have about 2 million contracts with a 50-point spread between two contracts. Oof. That's it keeps expanding, I would say. Okay, so August value area high is right here. So I believe Island, when you said that, you were not lying. And it was right here.
Yeah, I have mine at 45 on the new contract. 45.75. 45.75.
That's what I have, I believe. Somewhere around there. I'm at 45.75, yeah. They match.
So would you be still looking to long over previous day value area high retest or over August value area high?
It throws a twist, right? Because this level here has been pretty good rejecting. So personally, 4 points upside is not worth it for me here. I would let them, if they give me this retest here, will I take this, for a scalp? I probably could, right? I could catch some momentum, but there's a higher risk if they reject here and they don't peak above, that they're gonna execute this bounce here, right? So I would think more of a bearish terms if they look above here, right? If they go here and then they fail, then I'll be really excited for a short. Meaning longer short, give more points on this type of hold, like maybe from here to here. It throws a twist. Honestly, I would not long this until this zone is broken. Then there's no value for me to do that. I think they can trap me too many times. I lost 4 shorts today, back to back, pretty much, trying to catch the top. So, but yeah, I would take that back what I said, because the August value area highs there. I would not go long till that's broken. And that'd be a really good reason why you look at higher levels. And if you see other time frame buyers or sellers, key levels present, then what does that tell you? You don't want to ignore it. You want to be aware of it.
Yes, you might not have heard me. That's the reason why I was saying like cumulative value area high, because I saw like how high up it was in the
I mean,
history.
here you have a month. You have a month and what, 11 days. So if I hide this, you're gonna have this guy here, and this is your value area high. Cumulative is there. POC is literally right here at cumulatively at 25. So if you do lose this 25, things could turn ugly quick. You're talking about 44.34 being tapped by Wednesday or Thursday. I think Thursday we have PCI, right? Or PCE, or I think something's Thursday as well.
Thought you said CPI.
CPI is Wednesday, I know that for sure.
Oh, okay.
Core inflation, yeah. See what's Thursday. PPI. And jobless claims and PPI, yeah. So right now, if you look, on, I would say month and maybe call it 10 days, what are we hitting? You're hitting the top of August, and I mean, this top here is set as well. I wouldn't enter long swing puts just yet here. I wouldn't mind if they go a little bit higher. If they're able to crack this, probably if they crack this tomorrow, guys, we're going here. High chance you're going to be heading to this 45.06 area, 46.05 area. If they're able to crack this tomorrow, we're going here. I mean, look at the volume, guys. There's not much there. I mean, there's some here, right? Cumulative from the sell-off. And that one is, well, exactly right in the middle of this. So I would not expect us to take too many breaks here. It might be one of those drops and then V-shapes tomorrow. Okay. Any questions on any of this? All right. On TPOs here, I'm just going to bring them up so you guys can see what's going on here. So we had double stack POC here, right? You guys see this 9-6, and then you see this one. Pay attention how I responded when the price came back this morning to it. You guys see this? Let me make sure I'm on the right contract. $45.32. Let's go to the regular contract. All right, it should be very identical bounds, but let's see. Here you go. You guys see I can merge these so you guys can see it better. You came right here, you came back very close to this nodes and bounced right from there. And now, if you guys look at the TPO profile, right, which is here, and you look at the profile right here, right, on volume profile, what do you see? So a lot of volume happened to be where?
At the top.
Almost like it's
Today's
selling
range.
off up top.
Man, a lot of the volume is happening at the top. I don't know what happened after hours, right? But you see again, at the top, they're selling off on this candle here and they're driving lower. So your value area low here is 45.22. And our value area low here is 45.27. Okay. So, and the POC is around 28.75, which we have that level. Yeah, we have 27.25. So you see a little bit of difference, right? So this is the value area low, and you see them having a skinny belly here at 45.20 with two single prints. The only single prints that came in today, you had a tail of the, if you guys remember the class from Saturday and Sunday, right? You have a tail here that's signifying what?
Completed auction.
This is a completed auction, correct? And it's signifying that there's some other time frame potentially coming in right now. And then you see that we are pinned now between these two. So whatever we crack tomorrow here in terms of value areas, you have 45.40, which is important. And obviously we have that level, right? So I just think if we crack 45.40, that the momentum, the bullish, retail is going to hop in, that they might even cause the August value area high break. So I would be really watching, sentiment wise shift first, break the value area high of the PDs. And then if you're able to crack 45, man, things really, get interesting here. Because here's the, the daily. So even a retest here to the 14.15, you guys see what's there?
It's like a high volume node.
It's a really, it's not a volume node, but rather a lot of time spent here. There's no volume here.
Accumulation.
You guys are used to the volume node, but yeah, this is a time node, if you want to call it.
Oh, the TPO, yeah, sorry.
So we're watching this level, right? 45.13. And that level matches to our analysis, what we said that we want to see long, right? It's 15 to 13, right? So we're lining up with where we want it to bounce, right? So this would be a good level. So if they're able to crack this 28.75, let's say we open below this, and you see what we wrote here. I just want to make sure you guys are following along between the two. And I'm not trying to confuse you. You see here, bearish momentum picking up, previous week value area high, right? And then if you look, we'll have that, PD value area low is here. And let me just check something here. Okay. We usually put this at 100, right? Not much changed. Well, actually, value area high is there. Yeah, nothing changed. So basically, if we lose this, you know, we can pick up the momentum. This would be the key, which matches, and then this level matches. The bounce level matches really good here on the TPO nodes. And you see here, we rejected that POC. We didn't even auction higher than that, which is 42. So if you're able to take this guy out, we can really go 55 would be the next level we're targeting from TPOs. So it'd be 42, 55. I mean, this is going to be a hard level to crack. 62 on ES. This is going to be a hard level to crack. Watch this now. Yeah, this is the 60 level is going to be brutal on ES. There'll be really a big fight there. Because this is where we sold off from, and I just grabbed a couple of days there, and the volume is saying 67, and the TPO is saying right at the top of the value area at 77. So I think this zone here is going to be pretty brutal for them to get in. If they get in easier, then they can push 67. I would not be surprised to see 77 and so on, all the way to 80 here. And I think that's what pretty much we have. We have 45.86, which is July POC, and then we have 46.01, which would be a little bit higher here. Okay, any questions on ES? And we're here for a bounce, like nightly bounce here. We're probably gonna bounce right here. Yeah, this will be a bounce here on ES.
Load up 10.
Yeah. This should be bouncing soon. Let's see. It's either 80, because this volume node here is gonna protect it right now. Cause the spike. Now let's see what they do. This level, look at this. 1, 2, 3 volume nodes right here, 77. Gotta switch this contract also. Let's do it real quick. Yeah, it's a pretty good node here for a bounce.
77 was also the value low.
Value or low for today?
Yeah. For that contract for September.
Oh, okay, okay. I was like, man, I just charted this and I just messed up my value here. No, yeah, I see it. It's a crucial point for them. I remember 30 for some reason today a lot.
You
Yeah,
just said bearish below here.
yeah, but we're not below it yet. Because if they're able to sweep here, they're probably going to go to this imbalance here, which is right where our buying signal is. But I would expect them to hit one more bounce right here overnight. Well, let's see. Maybe they don't give it to us, but okay. Any questions on ES? Is everybody clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Take a look at just the daily on this, just so you guys know what's going on. I'm gonna hide this right profile for a moment. So What's this? There's some weird buyers here on this candle. Yeah, I don't know how much I trust this level, 4,500 even, yeah. I think this is the pivot, right, for the market, but then you see the aggression on selling, or this is stop fronts here. I would not trust these zones here. These are all stop fronts here.
How would you know if what you're looking at is just them rolling from 1 month to another?
Which one? Which piece?
On this, what you're looking at here, when you're looking at when we're this close to rollover,
I don't
is
think
there a way to tell, or
no, but this is 828, so it was older data. I don't think there was a lot of volume. I'm looking at this and you see how thin. I mean, there's not much volume here. It's just bad, poor structures, in my opinion, right? But I wouldn't trust these zeros where I'm like 0, 0, 0, 0, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking to buy here and covering. I just don't trust them when I see that. But, and I don't trust this buying imbalance. Come on. I know it's an important level, but I wouldn't put all my chips in here, right? On this imbalance. Will I note it? Yeah, of course, but I'm not gonna be too excited for it. They just cleaned this up here. So 45, 27, 25 is the value area low of this candle here. Pretty big delta. And I mean, look at this, guys. Just pay attention to this. So you're coming in, right, with the volume, like pre-market right here, 9.5, and then you're bouncing with a little bit of volume, and then you're picking up volume on this contract, right? You see that it went pretty much 3 times the volume, right? Between 9.97 and 9.10, right? A lot of volume. But this massive green has a lot of issues on it, right? I mean, it has a delta, and now you're picking up steam on this. So if you do lose this level and you accept selling below this level, 27.5, or what is it, 27.25, you're really in trouble. Because then, the sellers will be interested to sell it and probably sell it to 14. Everything's lining up. You lose 27, you're going 14. I mean, everything I'm seeing here. And look at our analysis on volume profile. 27, 14. There's a high chance that this play can work out here. So you guys should not miss that if it works. This is a big, big level here on ES.
That visual helps a lot.
Yeah. So I would definitely watch this. 4,500, you guys should be aware of it, right? Just because our friends are going to hop in. And
Shorty,
buy it.
I see on
And it
your
totally
chart.
matches up with today's value low. You break value low, you go to the POC of the day before.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's almost what it's saying.
Right, exactly what it's saying. Yeah. Simple as that. And you don't need to overcomplicate this one. This one is pretty clean.
Shorty, on your chart, your buy side imbalance around 4,500. I see that we've ran through it. I don't know on your chart if you have it for
It's bad. I won't pay attention to it. Besides that, it's an important level from retail
Okay.
side.
Okay.
I won't use
I was
this
just wondering why it
imbalance.
didn't stop.
No,
Like
I have
why
no
it's
idea.
still going through.
No
Okay.
idea, honestly. But I would not trust it. But the volume it's in, yeah.
Yeah.
We need a couple of days where December contracts picking up steam versus September, and then we'll trust it a little bit more. Just try and see if there's any sellers that showed up anywhere. So there's some here, 45.68. Remember I said something about this level moments ago when we were looking at TPOs here. When we did the zoom in here, look at this. It's a stacked level here. You're gonna have this multiple day value area low, and then the POC is at 45.67.25. And here is 45.68. You have a double volume node, and you'll be revisiting that sell-off. You guys see this? 2 candles, 2 POCs together. You pretty much sold off there. So if you bring it back in, this would be a really interesting level to watch how we respond to it. Are we going to have more supply? Is there more inventory? And we are very close to cracking that level here on ES. Would be very interesting if we crack it in extended hours here. All right. Any other questions? I'll write up actually in Shorty's corner. I do suggest you guys size down 9 times what you typically trade until Friday. But, you know, be my guest. And this is probably going to be the most frustrating week if you're new to the Discord, because if the unknown is about to happen, what are the market makers going to try to do to you?
Scare you.
Well, first they're going to try to, if you're playing any options, they're going to eat your money for breakfast. Well, you're going to pay the premium. And if you're trying to, you know, catch some moves, you might get burnt on options, right? So options, you know, I would avoid it a little bit. Futures, it might be, you know, depending on how we open, but it looks like we're going to open. I would think we're going to open inside the previous day value area, but let's see, right? It's important to see what happens if we crack this 30 here, which we're about to. We just bounced perfectly off of it. If we do crack below it, I would watch that PD value area low, 3 points below it. They really need to defend that. Otherwise, what would it tell them? What is this auction going to tell you if we don't hold PD value area low now?
Yeah, yesterday's value area
Didn't
is
accept
too
the
high.
auction higher.
There's no value here, guys. They're going to seek lower, and they're most likely going to head back into this here in this range.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They wouldn't be interested there. Go down.
Yep. Well, good job. I'm liking that most of you guys are seeing it, so that's good. Positive sign. All right. Well, I would say please size down. That's all I'm going to ask from you guys. Tomorrow, size down. Do not think you can make thousands of dollars in clicking and risking your capital and gambling. But if you want to do that and you're going to regret it later, then go ahead and learn. I just suggest that you guys size down, you know, go minis if you can't handle the boring action, and then spikes and stop loss hunts.
No trade zone.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a tough week. There's a lot of data. The data has to be consumed. The data has to be ingested into the market. The market has to react to it. Sometimes market has a reaction, and it's a fake reaction, the first one, right? So I would definitely watch, see what they do, right? Okay.
Yeah, I've been caught up in that where they'll spike it up super high, then they spike it all the way super low, and you just get clapped no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't want to mess around tomorrow. Tomorrow is
Like,
going to be.
literally,
Today
I've
was
seen
a
them open
big
it with
uptick.
like 20,
Today
30
was a-
points up and 20, 30 points down, in like less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I would not, you know, think like a hero tomorrow. I would think like a peasant and trade minimal. If you can make $200, if you're typically making a little bit more, call it a day, man. It's a great day, and just call it off and go enjoy your day.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Well, you guys have a good night. We'll actually schedule a scan list for stocks on Saturday. I have to update some of my portfolio positions here too, kind of prep for the Q4. So we'll run that Saturday and see what we got, along with if we have time, run through some educational content and questions you guys might have.
Thanks, Shorty.
Thank you, Shorty. Thank
You
you.
guys have a good night.
Thanks, Shorty.
Bye bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.